and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today we'll be restarting, well, not really restarting, continuing on finally with a campaign that's been in the gutter for quite a while, but now we are back with Dark Embrace. Our party has grown since you've last seen them, as much has gone on, but as for what y'all have missed, I'll let our newest member of our party, Daito, catch y'all up.
I think
It wasn't Daito that was going to say it, it was Lilith, but nice try.
that put me on the spot, TT. I see how you are. I see how you go. I see how you go.
Alright, apparently Daito got hit by a rogue bludger, so Lilith, as always, is taking up the mantle.
Goddamn Quidditch and its bludgers.
Anywho, but what has happened since the last time that everyone saw the party is a lot. About a year has gone by at this point, I believe, as we ended up meeting up with the slavers, who, after a bit of there was a bit of some standoffishness between Lilith and one of them that doesn't like vampires, fucking racist bastard. But we had a similar goal in the sense of the bandits that we were dealing with. The slaver was not pleased with them, as he took very good care of her of her slaves. So was a little upsetty spaghetti. So we went and dealt with that, as well as we were given a bit of a warning that something was about to go down in the city. Uh, to which we went back to go make sure that Maddie got back there alive so that we couldn't be blamed for her death. In which case, we then ended up fighting a bunch of undead because the Cult of Vecna decided to be dicks. We ended up losing Edwin at some point during all this because he decided to play the hero. If he's alive or dead, we're not sure, but he's somewhere. As the rest of us decided to flee. And it's been a lot of fighting undead and running away. And just trying to survive. We've definitely lost some NPCs along the way. But we did gain a Daito in, what was it?
Thay.
Thay? Yeah. Gained a Daito in Thay.
Thay.
And then
Thay.
I said Thay. Wait, what?
Thay. Thay.
Thay. Okay. It did that in Thay, in which apparently he's working for the same lich that we're working for. So we decided to take him along with.
Lich is just dropping dicks everywhere.
Had to deal with some red wizards, which was a bitch and a half in and of itself. We've had a couple of sightings of the Walking Wake, but nothing too concrete, and honestly, we're all just trying to survive, so there's that. We are currently heading to Lyrabar, trying to get into a major city and actually breathe for a moment. During that rest, though, Lilith herself seems to be a bit more jumpy, as well as at some point during the year, the party woke up to the fire being out into very charred holy symbols. But the rest of what the party was up to, we're gonna have to let them say what they've been up to in the last year. So I'm gonna go throw Nicholas under the bus now.
Thank you, Lilith. For the past year, other than running from zombies and being terrified, Nicholas had been training under Jenny for a little bit, trying to understand the arts of the alchemy, and just finding it to be frustrating and taking too long to reach his goal, which is to ultimately remove his constant fear. Um, so he now is relying on the Lithra in that area so that he can feel free. But instead, Nicholas has spent his time working on how to avoid conflict through words and decided to pursue that avenue since he feels he's useless in combat and cannot provide for the group in any meaningful way. So, yeah, and besides that, he has a few additional scars from the different alchemy experiments that Jenny has put on and other things. And before that, and the only other thing is with the introduction of Daito, he has sort of found a new sparring partner when it comes to pranks. And besides that, yeah, Nicholas is just constantly in fear and just trying to live one day at a time. And yeah, and then I'll pass it off to Donnie.
Oh,
The mangy mutt in the background.
yeah, what has she been doing this entire year? Uh,
Trying not to die.
yeah, I mean, I would imagine Danu, she kind of just said, I'm gonna peace out for a while and just decided to live amongst the remaining wildlife. I would imagine she's trying to,
Yeah, that
uh,
lasted for about a week.
yeah, or
You're in a
rather, she's
zombie
trying to.
horde before you got chased
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I know. So I would imagine she'd be trying to help out, like, whatever animals are around, maybe trying to get them like away to safety. But overall, I would imagine like, yeah, she'd be trying to do like something a bit more quote unquote noble at the very start, but then over time, with the isolation and her trying to survive, she basically becomes more and more fucking feral and deranged. Uh, and I would imagine she eventually kind of bumps into the group again, and at some point, and they would find her to be uh basically a bit more of like a wild individual than even last they saw her.
One moment.
Which is saying something.
And we're back after a little bit of confusion.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I guess based on everything, yeah, Danu's just sort of been going along with the flow of things, I guess. I'll popcorn it off to uh
Daito.
Daito.
To
Daito.
confirm
Yeah,
what happened to those that are listening, our mangy mutt decided to, I'm gonna break off the party, and then got overrun by zombies and went, ah, and got picked up by the party again like a week later. And they've just been slowly losing their shit as nature gets overrun by necrotic energy. But, next.
Oh, my turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Daito joins the party well into their travels in the Thay. He's a rogue wizard, mostly wizard.
Is he gonna try to charisma check everybody? Is he a Rizzler?
No, he has terrible charisma.
Yeah.
He speaks his mind and isn't afraid to give the choice speak the choices that no one else wants to say. He is a lawful evil person. He doesn't give a fuck about the right choice as long as it's logical and makes sense, even if it's god awful.
Oh god, you're a Dolores Umbridge.
No, because Dolores was a poser. Literally,
Dolores would have straight up been lawful evil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but they're poser. Um, what else? What should I mention about Daito? I kind of lost his backstory. He is currently not ensorcelled, enslaved is a good term for it, by the lich you all are working for. He made the mistake a while back of trying to steal from him, and instead of just straight up killing him, the lich decided, hey, you know what? I'll use you. I'll use you to get me shit. So now I'm basically his magical gopher. I go fetch him this, go find that kind of stuff. I have a fixation with poisons, uh, toxic things. You know, I like to mix and match different poisonous chemicals and ingredients and herbs. Try to find the most deadly combinations that I can. I have a snake named Donzo. If you fuck with the snake, you fuck with Daito. He's
And
my
Lilith has told you on a multiple occasions that if your snake eats my mouse, that snake will no longer cease to exist.
well, he's a familiar. I can always resummon him.
Blow them up
I'll
hard enough,
figure
you
it out.
will.
Huh?
Blow them up hard enough, they won't. You can kill the spirit, they can't come back.
Don't worry, he'll stay away from your mouse.
Good snake.
He prefers rats anyway. They're bigger. They got more meat on their bones.
So he's gonna eat Nicholas.
Daito has had to resummon that snake a few times when Dro got a hold of it.
Dro
Yes,
has
and
used that snake as a jump rope.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yes, and Daito
Good dog.
is starting to see Nicholas as someone to watch, and that's not a good thing.
But
I think you're a really good friend.
I think that was everybody, yeah?
Mhm.
I believe so. Yep.
We rejoin the party as they are on a ship headed from Netherin Tier all the way over to Lyrabar. I can do words, I promise. Y'all are currently on the deck. Sailors are moving around. And it is, y'all can see the coast in the distance and what looks like the port city. So y'all know y'all will be there in the next hour or two. What would y'all like to do in the meantime?
Is this like a passenger ship or like?
Yeah.
Okay. And we paid for tickets, right? We didn't just
Yeah.
join in as extra guard. Okay. So Daito would probably be like, I'm assuming there's chairs and loungers on the ship, and he's just relaxing.
Not on the deck, no.
No.
It's not a cruise ship. It's a passenger
Aw.
ship.
Well, then he would be just like leaning up against the one of the railings, feeding his snake little bits and pieces of meat.
I think Lilith would be close by and is also feeding Mouse the mouse, just kind of watching as the shoreline comes closer.
Nicholas is leaning off to the side of the ship a little bit with Dro, and they're both enjoying the breeze.
You don't know where Dro is at the moment.
Oh, what?
He also has the shoes.
Oh no, that's not good. I'm gonna go look for him then. That's what I'll spend my time doing.
Gotcha. And what's our Manjimut doing?
I imagine Danu is looking over the side of the boat, and she's basically just what is it? Trying to like anytime a fish passes by, she's not gonna try to grab it, but she like her eyes are just hyper fixated on whatever fish happens to be swimming by.
More than a little out of reach because you're on top of a large ship. But
Mhm.
there's been this one fish that's been doing its best to keep up with the ship that just seems to be popping out of the water going, "Fuck you! Ailer bitch! Mama didn't want you!" For the last couple days.
Fine, she's just staring at it, just blank expression.
Any interaction between the party, or y'all just chilling until they get there?
I think Lilith would, just ask the captain about how long they think it's gonna take.
The captain himself is currently busy getting the ship into dock, but one of the sailors does answer you that it'll probably take about an hour after we land to get everybody off the ship.
She'll nod
Yeah.
and
Especially if
thank
that
him.
dog keeps sitting in the sails.
Lilith looks up.
There's a drow on top of the mast.
I'll go get him down, and Lilith is going to start climbing.
Aito will follow Lilith's path up, shaking his head and talk to his snake. See, this is why I prefer you, my little friend.
The snake is just like napping. There is sun. They are happy. But
My
high
question
up on the
is
top, Dro's got his mouth open, his tongue's flapping in the wind. He is content as can be.
fair. My question is how is Daito getting up here? Did you take Boots of Spider Climb?
I don't
Oh,
think
I'm not
Daito
going
is.
up
He's
there.
just staying on the railing.
I'm just relaxing.
Okay, so then you don't follow me.
No, I'm following you with my eyes. I'm like
Yeah.
watching you go up.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab the dog.
He
I took
looks
the-
over at you, excited as can be, just like, hell yeah, wind!
Future reference. I took the winged boots.
Fair. Lilith is going, once she gets up there, she's gonna put her hands on her hips and go, Dro, you are making the sailor's life more difficult. Get back down on the deck.
He boofs out at the horizon.
Yes, we're almost there. It's time to get ready to disembark.
Boof, boof.
Lilith is going to point down at the. I know this dog fucking understands me. This dog isn't stupid.
He whines, but he does just walk down the side of the mast. His head is dejected.
Lilith will shake her head before walking down.
Nicholas, you see Dro is walking down the mast with Lilith behind him.
Oh, there you went, Dro. Huh. I haven't seen you in a while. Where was he? Lilith?
In the sails.
Oh, not again. Oh, you silly dog. He rubs his neck and scratches his head.
He's happy to get pets. He's like, hell yeah, I did the best thing. I get
Yeah.
pets.
Yeah. And a side note, during that time, Nicholas was just getting to know the other passengers, just kind of using Dro as sort of a conversation starter, and just to get an idea of like who are actually on this ship.
Refugees, for the most part.
Okay,
Refugees
and just
aren't
anyone.
allowed into Thay, so they're just trying to get out of the way.
Gotcha. And he'd just be looking for anyone of note that seems like particularly wealthy or just
No, not really.
distinguished.
You have
Okay.
the wizards, but you don't want to fuck with them,
Yeah, no.
as they're terrifying.
And Nicholas would be using his newly found spell. I figured I forgot to mention this, but that Danu might have taught him or something, which is to speak to animals,
I don't think
to
Donna
speak to
knows that
Dro.
spell, 'cause I don't think that's a wizard spell.
No, I'm not a wizard bard.
They're a bard.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, Danu, not Daito. Wrong one.
Yeah.
Wrong D.
Mhm.
But are you casting it?
Yeah.
Dro is singing the campfire song.
Oh. Nicholas will join him.
And then he moves into
Um,
the God, I don't remember exactly what the song was, but attempting to sing it faster song.
Oh, Nicholas is going to try to keep up, but probably fail.
Is it the song that never ends?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And Nicholas will keep doing that until he notices people are looking at him and sort of embarrassingly stop.
You're friends with the weird deer bitch and the guy who tries to be edgy with a snake. They don't bother you. They just don't
Oh,
care.
okay.
It's
Yeah, it's
not
just like
worth
if
their
there's any
time.
sort of if there's any like awkward looks, he would sort of just awkwardly stop and sort of like,
No, everybody's making a point not to look at you.
okay, then he'll keep singing.
Lilith, how do you take this? As this man rewards the dog and then starts singing with him.
I'm gonna go look for Aerith.
You find she.
Did we have to
Go ahead.
smuggle Captain Jack? Did we have to smuggle Captain Jack on this boat?
No, when y'all were in Thay, he managed to pick up a way to make himself look decent, or at least hide himself.
Oh, thank God.
He doesn't look necessarily human, and he won't pass good inspection, but it's good enough to move around for the most part.
Okay.
Also, the Thay wizards don't give a fuck. So.
Yeah, and could we just say one of us is a necromancer and just say, "Hey, this is our familiar."
You really want to be? I am a necromancer with a giant flaming pirate guy. He's my thrall, and that's gonna go over well.
Are necromancers generally depicted as evil? I've
Necromancers that necromancy itself isn't, but they're definitely weary of. It's not like illegal or anything.
Put it this way, most people are kind of iffy on those that raise the dead like this.
fair point.
And he doesn't look like an undead right now.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm looking for Eris.
You find her having tea with some of the refugees in the back.
Lilith will join them.
Gonna do anything while you're there, or just listening?
I'll listen in if there's something that catches my attention or if I'm asked, but I will partake like a lady.
It seems she's mostly letting them tell their stories, giving them counseling and that kind of thing. You know Eris well enough at this point to know she's gathering as much information she can about the surrounding area.
Okay.
Things people are looking forward to, but she's doing it in a way people don't notice that she's doing it.
Fair enough. She'll remain quiet, but also like quiet, not in the not participating, but she's letting Eris lead the conversation.
Eris
Sounds
isn't even really leading by example either. She's mostly giving the right prods, and they're leading.
That's kind of my point.
You hear about some families, some businesses that deal in here, some interesting stuff. The one thing that does stand out to you, is the fame of the local gladiatorial arena. Apparently, there's a lot of betting going on around that.
No.
As with powerful
Anyone?
adventurers ending up in the area, it's been a hub for interesting matches.
Fair.
But
Any names that specifically?
No names stand out as that people haven't been in a while.
Fair enough. Something to go check out.
Yup. What is the rest of the party up to while that's going on?
Danu is still looking at that fish.
The fish is still throwing insults. Till it gets grabbed by a seagull, flown off as it keeps insulting you.
Kaito's gonna take out his sword and start his scimitar and start sharpening it.
The moment you do, you realize there's a lot of people that don't stand near you. As that definitely makes people wary.
Daito will scoff, as if they've never seen someone maintain their weapons before. Ridiculous.
It's more that you've been on here a week not having to use it, and now in a very enclosed space you pull out a weapon.
I thought we were on the top. I thought we were on the deck of a ship.
Yeah, on the deck of the ship. If it was in your room, nobody would care. But you're still in an enclosed space for the most part. You can't go wandering off the ship.
Oh, CAR ain't good for metal, corrosive, and all that.
Yeah. But they're just telling you how people react to it.
After Nicholas is done talking to Dro, he'll approach Dido. How's it going, Dido?
Hi, Nicholas. What do you want?
You see there's a stare down between the dog and the snake.
Oh, just friendly conversation. Just feeling you out. How you doing today?
I am fine.
It is a fine day, isn't it?
Daito will look up at the sky. Is it clear?
Yep. Couple clouds in the sky, but not many.
Yes, the weather is clear. Should make for easy sailing.
Yes. Did you part your hair that way, or is it just naturally like that?
Daito looks up at Nicholas with an eyebrow quirked. Are you really asking me about hair care tips?
No, I'm just asking if there's a purpose for that.
It is natural.
Oh, nice. Does it allow you to? Does it detect the weather for you or something?
Does my hair detect the weather? Is that what you just asked me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it tells you if it's windy.
Daito would go look at Nicholas, look down at Dro, pull out a big chunk of beef jerky, and toss it across the ship.
Dro's gonna look at it. Dro's gonna look at him. Look at it. Look at him.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead, Dro. You can grab it.
Pulls Nicholas over, going after it.
Oh!
And Daito goes right back to sharpening his blade. Children.
Lilith in the background. He won't be considered a child much longer, and most wouldn't consider him one now.
I thought you were deeper in the ship.
They are.
This is not a very big ship.
You're down
Is it
below.
not?
You wouldn't be able to talk to him from here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because they're on the deck. You're like a floor down at the back of the ship.
Okay. In that case, you just get you just feel the judgment in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Meh. After holding in my blade to its acceptable keenness, Daito will put it back away and decide and take a walk just around the ship just to stretch his legs.
Gotcha. How are you doing now that your fish has been kidnapped, Danu?
She'd be looking at another fish, but yeah, yeah. I really just think Danu at this point would just be kind of like distracting herself with nature.
Fair. It's good to see some actual nature again after the last year of being constantly attacked by zombies and dealing with zombie animals. Just normal fish seem kind of nice. It is after that y'all managed to get all the way into port. You'll see a massive port, all kinds of ships coming in and out. The ship manages to get into dock. It takes a little while to do all the paperwork, get people in, know who you are, blah 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 blah. Politics. But y'all do eventually, after a couple hours, find yourself finally back on land, and not rotted necrosis-based land, normal lands. You hear the sound of a bustling city, one that isn't dying or at arms. It's very different than what you've had to deal with the last little while.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Cece, just a little ad. When he had speak to animals on, he would try after singing. He would ask Dro if he could just stick by his side until further notice, and if so, he'll give him a total of three. Count them, three meat rations.
Dro is now a backpack.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a what is it? Like a Scooby snack.
Yeah, no, he has jumped on your back and he's staying there.
I meant by my side, not not on my back. Oh, and he falls over.
He gives you all the licks. He's
Oh.
like, did I do good? Did I do good? Did I do good?
Yes, yeah, of course, Joe. You always do good.
Yeah.
You're a good dog.
Do we get snacks?
Yes, you can have one right now and two at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is happy as can be. But
Well, first things first, we're gonna need to go get room and board.
Yes, I think that is the wisest choice.
We got all our NPCs?
yeah, they're all there.
Okay.
Is that actually Jack that leads you to an inn? As he seems to know the area.
Interesting.
He leads you to an inn by the name of the Crooked Whisker.
I'm gonna go look for the innkeep.
Doesn't take long to find them. Rooms are relatively cheap but comfortable.
Um, Lilith is gonna look at the party. How are we splitting rooms this time?
I can do well with the floor.
More so, who's rooming with who?
I prefer not to share a room, if you don't mind.
How big is this inn?
Not the biggest, but it's decent. It's quiet, out of the way.
Can we realistically each get a room to ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
sounds
Um,
going
good.
to be 5 silver pieces a night.
Lilith is going to hand over.
Do you have a kid's price? Maybe 3 silver?
No,
No.
because you're of age.
No. Yeah, true.
Welcome to D&D. You're 17 at this point. You are super of age. Um,
Daito will place down five gold, paying for 10 nights in advance. You know,
Okay.
we're probably gonna be here a while.
yeah, Lilith is going to also put down the 5 gold for 10 nights, but is gonna look at Eris and go, "You can room with me. It's not like I use the bed anyway."
Oh, you will. Before she steals the key and heads on up.
I'm not gonna argue with that, but I don't use it for sleep. As I fall.
What about the others? Are you all picking up the same price?
Nicholas is gonna do it night by night. Or actually he's gonna do what is it? 5 silver per night, so
Yep.
1 gold.
So 2 nights. And then for our mangy mutt.
5 silver per night. How long were we expecting to stay here?
No idea.
We've done a 10-day at this point, just for safety reasons.
She'll put down 2 gold pieces.
So 4 days.
Yep.
You are all given keys.
Come on, Drew, let's check out that bed.
He gets a boot and he runs upstairs.
Yeah. And Nicholas runs right after.
They're decently comfortable rooms.
Ooh.
Not the best, but they're not bad.
Does it have a nice bounce to it?
No.
Oh,
No.
They're not
ow.
really good. They're decent beds, but they're not super beds.
Ow, ow, ow. Spring. Ooh. Ow. Or is it feather?
As long it's hay.
Oh, okay.
The
Ooh,
straw.
that hurt. Ooh, ow. Nope.
Seeing the beds made of hay, Daito will send his snake into it to check, make sure there's mice in it. If there's mice in it, you know.
It's a hay mattress, not like just laid out hay.
I stick by what I said. They
You're
can
gonna
bite
cut
through
it open?
cloth. No, he's just gonna check it. Like he's gonna sniff around for it, or taste the air for any vermins.
Yeah, there aren't any. You're all good.
And Daito will start laying out his gear.
Fair enough. What would y'all like to do during this time? Each of you has a room of their own. It's very nice to be in actual beds once again. Y'all had some decent lodgings in Thay and okay hammocks while y'all were in the boat, but this is the first time you'll actually been able to settle down in an inn for a good while.
Yeah. The Lilith's gonna get cleaned up because this is probably the first time we've been able to do that in a while.
You could do that in Thay relatively easily. They had a thing
So
about being
it's
clean.
been a while.
At least about a week or two. Yeah.
Yeah. So
On the other side, Nicholas Dro steals your bed.
Oh, that's okay. We can share.
He is sprawled out and fast asleep.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to go to sleep anyway. Not yet. What time is it?
It's like noon.
Oh, well, I'll let him nap for a little bit. And yeah.
Daito will lay out the gear he wants to sell from his earlier days: his leather armor, his short sword, the stuff he doesn't really need that he never really used.
Fair. And what about everybody else?
I think the only one that hasn't said anything is Daito. Or is Dano. Danu.
No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there isn't really much for me to do. I mean, I guess I'll what is it? Do find familiar.
Okay, takes an hour
I'll
to
spend my
cast.
time. Yep. And it's just gonna be a raven.
Oof.
Well, you're gonna need to summon your familiar again, but we'll deal with that later.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just mention?
You are not there when he does it. You're upstairs. Or when
Yeah.
she does it.
I'll let the chaos ensue.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only other thing Nicholas would do, except let Dro sleep, is find Jenny and try to get one of those courage potions off of her, just for her safekeeping.
She does not currently have one, as her resources have been limited the past year.
Okay.
With the loss of
You
her
just
shop and being unable to gather materials, it's been harder for her to make potions, and she's been kind of working with what she has.
okay. All right. He would know that then.
Daito will also go search for Jenny, but only to ask if they have any spare glass vials to lend.
She informs you that she does not, as she uses the hell out of hers.
I'd have to buy some.
Yes, she will.
After getting settled, Lilith is going to go downstairs, assuming that everyone's going to start congregating down there to get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Meals here are relatively cheap, but they are much better quality than you've had in a long time. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Do they have steak?
They do.
How much for a very, very rare steak?
Let me see. You can find a good bit of meat or 4 silver pieces for a nice, well-made slab of steak.
I am going to get some steak. As rare as they can make it.
Fair. It is delivered by
For
a small green dragon.
oh, well, that's
only
adorable.
slightly bigger than the plate. You see they put it down and they breathe some fire over it before flapping off. So it's nice and warm.
That's adorable. But Lilith is going to basically has gotten a table for the rest of the party and is just waiting.
Eris had informed you upstairs that she was going to do some rounds and she will meet up back with y'all later in the day.
Lilith will nod.
Dytil will come down. Oh,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, Dytil will come down after a while. See Lilith at a table, sit down, order a bottle of hot sake, and maybe if they have it, just a simple bowl of rice.
That will cost you a single bowl, probably a silver piece.
And bottle of hot sake.
That will cost you 5 silver pieces for the average bottle of sake.
So all total 6 silver. So I would have 19 and 4 silver left. Okay. Once my food arrives, I pour myself a cup and drink it. I look at Lilith and ask, "So, what is the plan now?"
Realistically, we need to find some kind of work, as well as keep an ear out, regroup, get back with the plan. I'm sure there's a job board here somewhere.
Sounds as good as anything I've heard today.
That being said, I did hear something about a gladiatorial arena. We might want to check that out. Might be good for some easy money.
Gladiatorial combat. Fair fights are not where I shine.
Lilith
Nicholas comes
just
down the
shrugs.
stairs. Oh, sorry, let me.
No.
Nicholas comes down the stairs right after letting Dro rest for 10 minutes and joins them at the table while they're talking.
Fair enough. Lilith is going to shrug. I'm sure you can figure it out.
That depends.
Figure out what?
We're looking into doing some work. We're gonna need to make some money.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah,
I heard there's a gladiatorial arena. Might be good for some easy money.
I mean, let's look at the jobs first before we get into open hand combat.
Oh, what's wrong, Nicholas? Were you running into another Sophie?
That's not where my specialties lie. And I prefer to do other types of jobs, but if it's our last resort, then, well, I suppose that's what we'll have to do.
Hey, it's a gladiatorial arena. Maybe we'll find Sophie there. If she made it out.
Yeah, maybe.
It would be interesting to finally get match the face with the name.
We'll have to check it out. That's to say, even if she is there. She's been missing for quite a while.
Off hunting zombies.
She could be doing a lot of things. We'll find her eventually, or we'll find her corpse. One of the two.
Or she'll find your corpse.
Anyways, what do they have to eat here?
I mean, you'll see that Lilith's eating steak.
Daito having a simple bowl of rice.
Well, they have a selection. I'll just have like, what's the temperature out right now?
You're in a warm port.
It's warm. Okay. Yeah, like some sort of sandwich, I guess will do.
They've got the best sandwiches, nice bread, delicate meats. The lettuce is nice and crisp.
Oh, how big are the sandwiches?
They're about the size of your form.
Oh, okay. Well then, Nicholas will order one.
It is going to be 5 silver pieces.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll do that, and then
And it is
I'll take.
loaded.
Nice. I'm going to let me see.
Your
I'm going
scrawny brony
to.
can only probably eat half.
Yeah. Well, that's the plan. I'm gonna take a bite and then hold it very firmly and like point it towards Dro's head. Say,
Bro's
take a
gonna
bite.
take another bite. Ow!
And then I'm gonna eat one. I'm gonna give it to him. And I'm gonna eat one. Give it to him. It's gonna be a back and forth.
Fucking Scooby and Shaggy this year.
Yeah.
He's going
Daito-
through it. It ends
Daito
up
looked
with
on.
Nicholas eating about a third, with Dro eating the other 2/3.
Daito just watches this like with a slight look of gross, like disgust on his face. That does not look sanitary at all.
Probably not. Luke, Luke, what do you want to eat?
You see, Luke already has a sizzling salad.
Why is
Sizzling
the
salad.
salad sizzling?
He likes it hot.
Fuck.
Ha,
You see, there's little
Luke.
bits of meat in it that are fresh.
Okay,
He didn't
the
just
meat is
light it on fire.
sizzling. I had to make sure.
He made
Like,
it
Luke,
soup
why
without it being soup.
Okay.
Broth. Broth is no. A broth. There's a
Broth is
word.
consomme.
No, that's not it. Simple. It's not soup. It's close. Stew. It's a stew.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
They turned their salad into a stew, and that just sounds horrifying.
It is a stew. I just couldn't think of the word. I'm just like, it's a salad. I'm like, that's not the word I want.
Does
It's a
anyone know
stew.
where Danu is? Has he come down to eat? Or she come down to eat?
I was not aware that they even got a room.
I mean, she purchased a room the same time that we did.
Out of character. I thought Danu. I thought you were staying downstairs. I don't remember.
No, they got 4 days.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, what? Would I have finished summoning?
No.
Am I familiar?
It's been
Oh.
like 10 minutes.
Alright, that's fine.
Fair.
Do I smell the scent of incense in the air, or just my snake?
No. They're a floor up, and it's not very big.
Yeah. I think after about a total of an hour has passed, Lilith is gonna go, I'm gonna go see what Danu's doing. They have to be hungry by now. I'll be right back. And is going to go upstairs to go find Danu.
You've just finished your summoning, and you're looking at the raven looking up at you, Danu, as you get a knock at the door.
Yes, come in.
So it begins.
Oh! She's here! She's here! She's alive! You hear crowed
I-
from the raven.
I said come in.
Lilith is gonna come in.
Is there something you need?
The raven is
Yes.
staring at you hardcore, Lilith. Just locked eyes.
I'm above table. I am so sorry, Zero.
What?
So Lilith is, the moment she sees the raven, is going to pull out her, I think it's a crossbow.
The
Yep,
raven's gonna
is
try to
going.
take flight.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it.
Roll to hit.
Okay, one sec. I have to actually. Uh, that okay.
Zero. You
That
see where
Nailed
it's
it. It's
something?
dead. It's fucking nailed the wall as you hear the last crow. He knows. He knows.
Zero.
Okay, wait, was this explained before?
Look at important info. Look at important info. It says
Look-
right there. Don't fuck with ravens.
Okay.
I was
Okay,
trying
I
to
thought
warn
that
you.
was like normal ravens. Oh well, that's fine.
Any
all
raven,
ravens, all raven at any time.
Okay.
Edwin got smacked in the face when he made a raven cry sound out just to scare Nicholas.
Oh.
So the raven
So
disappears back into the magical energies it was.
Danu,
Hmm?
don't summon ravens.
Okay. Donnie will just sort of go back into her position, and this time she's gonna try to summon up an owl.
Do you have the materials to summon? Try something again?
Lilith
Actually,
will
yeah,
pay.
you're right.
Lilith will pay for another summoning. It's what, 10 gold?
No, it's
Okay,
Yeah, it's 10.
Yeah.
it's
oh,
10
okay.
gold.
10 gold worth of incense, charcoal, or herbs. I
Stacey
think.
has always said as long as you take the 10 gold off, they're not gonna be too picky about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. And yeah, she's just gonna do find familiar again. But like for an owl.
And Flori's here.
No, that's fine.
Another hour passes.
Lilith is gonna go, what do you want to eat? As she's taking the arrow out of the wall.
Less than an
Hmm.
hour here, and you already damaged the inn.
At least nobody's been thrown out a window.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure someone's gonna do something stupid.
I I was actually gonna send out my familiar to find us a rat or two. Why, were you hungry? I could ask it to pick up a second one or an extra one for you.
We just need to get
There's
Danu a rat of vermin. A hat of vermin.
Hmm. We really do. Lilith is going to look at Danu and go, they have meat you can purchase downstairs. The steak's actually pretty good.
Is it nice and bloody?
Lilith flashes her fangs.
Of course.
She's gonna look at her bird, just say, "Congrats, you have a day off."
You get hooted at.
It seems as if we will be joining you downstairs after all.
Come on.
Lilith is going to take them back downstairs. An hour later.
Daito was just finishing up his cup of sake, and he sees you guys coming down. What in the seven hells took you to so long? And why did I hear the twang of something I should not have heard?
You wouldn't have been able to hear it at that range.
Oh no! Oh,
Nope.
dang.
You're in a loud tavern. Crossbows are loud. but
Apparently
the game's
this-
that loud.
Apparently, there is some discrimination against one sect of the my sort of feathered friends, but that's neither here nor there.
Did your raven commune to you anything before I offed it?
Oh no, you
Outside
both
of
heard it say that.
Oh, we both heard it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember,
no.
ravens can speak. They can mimic.
Oh, fucking hell. So, yeah, no, Lilith is gonna go, Donna, did you actually listen to what your raven was saying?
I believe it was telling me, or I believe it was informing you that I was inside of the inn room, but I don't know why it said he.
Danu, it said, he's alive. He's alive. He knows. He knows. It wasn't talking about you.
Well, that's not good, is it?
No. But not much we
Well-
can do about it now. Except to remember rule number 1. Or I guess
Number
it's
4.
4. Rule number 4. Which we're
Four.
going to apparently rewrite to be
Don't fuck with
don't
ravens.
don't fuck with ravens. Don't ally with ravens. No ravens.
I do.
What?
Raven King.
Oh,
Yeah.
got beef with your girl.
But Lilith will spend another Ow. Lilith is gonna drop a cube on her foot.
Wait a minute, how much
And then-
damage did you roll?
1. Wasn't much.
Damn dice. We need to roll more.
You want to fireball me? That's not very nice.
I want so badly to
Anywho.
hit the button now.
No. I'm gonna spend another 4 silver to get Danu a steak and go even bloodier than mine was.
They do as much as they can. It's not super, super, super raw because laws.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think you're legally allowed to serve raw meat unless it's like
This
Tartar
is also
or
D&D.
They're getting as close as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
I wonder if you can order tartar in a tavern.
In this kind of place, probably no way.
I don't know. They had sake for some reason.
You're in a port city in the east.
Oh, fantastic!
So, what would y'all like to do?
I'd imagine Donnie is currently going at it on this steak, and she's giving pieces to her bird.
Bird's just kind of scarfing it down, just like his bed better not give you shot.
Daito will look at the Danu and look at Nicholas. You know, you both have terrible eating habits.
We found this one in the woods. What do you expect? And points at Danu.
Fair. You can't really expect manners from a feral. But what is Nicholas's excuse?
You should have met
He's
his
a
brother.
child.
He's
I
not actually
mean,
a child anymore.
he's-
He's 17. He's of age.
Yeah.
He's old enough. He's old enough to know better.
Here's the thing. He wasn't raised properly.
Well, that's clear. As I sip my sake.
Is he with? Is he in the room with us?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
sitting right next to him.
He's sitting right
Yeah.
there.
That's kind of fucked up to say to someone like across a fucking table.
Lawful
Off the table.
evil. I say what's on my mind.
Uh,
I witnessed this boy share a sandwich with a dog. There's probably bread chunks and lettuce and meat scraps all over the table at this point. If Dro had already licked it all up.
Yeah, he hasn't looked it up yet, but he's staring at it.
Lilith is going to get it all into a pile and just kind of put it on her plate. Just put her plate on the floor.
Happy dog noises.
All right.
I do hope you don't act like this in a proper restaurant.
Do you really think I
Stares
take
at you
the-
from the other side of the table?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Lilith looks at you. You really think I'd actually take these ones to a nice restaurant?
Drew looks at you offended.
Could you behave in a nice restaurant?
He sits up. You don't know where he gets the tablecloth to put in his collar, but he does.
Naito looks over to see where the table, where the cloth came
It's just a
from.
napkin.
Oh, I thought there was like tablecloth on the table. He was just tucking into his
He
collar.
just steals a napkin for it.
The other issue would be, and then looks at.
He looks over at the other two. He's like, "Yeah, I can't help that."
Like, we're not going to any nice restaurants. We would get kicked out. I don't even think we'd get through the door. That being said, Lilith is gonna look at the group and go, "Well, once everyone finishes eating, you guys want to go look at the gladiatorial ring?"
What do you think they do with the bodies?
I have a sneaking suspicion that they probably aren't any bodies normally.
So
I doubt it's a fight to the death.
I'm pretty sure those are we lost. Sorry. Oh, there we go. I'm pretty
Can you
sure
hear us,
those.
Nicholas?
Set. Trip set. Dos seppies.
Please hold. And we are back. Sorry for the confusion. We lost Nicholas there for a little bit, so we're gonna roll it back a little bit because Nicholas has things to add. Nicholas.
Alrighty. As to what Daito had said so rudely about how Dro is messy. Well, listen, Dro is an important part of the group. He's a good boy. He's strong, and he's been my friend for 8 years. And you take that back. What you said.
I take nothing back. And how can he be your friend for 8 years? This dog could not be more than 3, maybe 4 years old.
Are you bad at counting?
Are you bad at remembering?
I don't know what you're talking about. And by the way, your snake wouldn't be allowed in fancy restaurants either because he was shed everywhere.
You know nothing of snakes. They don't just shed willy-nilly. They shed once. Every few months or so.
Well, I know one thing about snakes. and he's going to prestidigitate his ear to smell like a field mouse.
His ear?
Your ear or my ear?
Your ear, Daito's ear.
Jesus.
My snake doesn't do anything. He's trained better to try to attack his master.
He's sleeping at the moment, too.
Did you
Lilith at this point is going to slam her fist on the table to get the group's attention.
Dro puts his paw on the table on top of your hand, Lilith.
Are we all done acting like children?
Yeah.
Dro
Yeah,
holds his head and starts trying to speak.
I guess I made my point.
All right. In that case, would we like to go check out the gladiatorial ring? Or go look at the work board?
I'd say the work board.
All right.
Taito
Lilith,
adjusts.
go ahead, Daito.
Taito adjusts his clothes and sits up. Before any of that, do you not think we should take care of the materials we need to sell to make sure we have money to walk around town with? Seems only prudent to have the money on hand.
That's the whole point of getting a job. But if you want to go sell stuff real quick, we can go sell things real quick.
We're getting low on time, so we'll do that between sessions.
Yeah, I was gonna say I will go through the thing
Fair point.
after so we do that, then go to the work board.
You see, it takes a little while for y'all to find it, and when y'all get there, it is very busy right now. Actually, getting close to the board will take probably an hour of waiting.
Oh fuck this! We're going to the fucking gladiatorial ring. I'm not waiting an hour.
Oh, come on. I'm sure there's something good.
This place is crawling with adventurers right now.
Taito pulls
Hey.
his hood up.
Hey, excuse me, sir, over there. Do you know of any jobs on the board? That you can see from where you are?
Why the fuck would I tell you who's behind me? If there's any good jobs, Stephen Even's gonna be taking it.
Oh, who's this Stephen Even?
Me.
Oh, well, I'm just a weakling, you know. I'm not that intimidating. I'm sure you can do things I can, but like you're pretty tall though.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could probably see the board, right?
and not with 100 people in front of us, you don't.
No,
Oh,
fine.
just hope there's still some good jobs when we get up there. Been a lot of zombie hunting lately.
Yeah,
As long as it's not the zombie sharks again.
zombie sharks.
Hate zombie sharks.
Oh, I don't think I saw that when I came here. Alrighty, let's go to the gladiatorial ring then. Okay.
Lilith whispers back to Danu.
Meow.
It is what it is. Come on.
And yeah, gladiatorial. Lilith is not fighting that many adventurers to try and get a job. That is not worth it.
Do you think they have accidents at the arena?
If it's a well-reputed one, no.
Yes,
At
the
least very few and far between.
Wait, I had a question, CC, out of character. Is Nicholas even a part of the Adventurers Guild anymore because he was suspended?
No, you're still suspended. The world kind of blew up and they never reinstated you.
Okay.
So
Good
currently
point.
the only one that's in it right now is Lilith.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess in theory I could go to the guild, but we're gonna go to the She's not gonna mention that. We're gonna go to the gladiatorial arena first.
That was at the guild.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that shit.
That's why it
We're-
was so busy. Because that's where you're going to get your good jobs.
There. Yep. Nope. Gladiatorial arena.
Or not the guild, the society.
Yeah. Either way you look at it, though, technically right now I'm not in the best standing with them anyway.
No. Granted, nobody is in that area. Everybody died. They're just hoping people make it out alive at this point.
Fair.
But y'all are taking y'all's walk through there. Y'all looking around at all as y'all are making y'all's way?
Oh,
Yeah, Nicholas will
yeah.
be keeping an eye of anything interesting. Shops,
Yeah.
people, anything.
Once you're getting over here, you're starting to see a lot more shops in this area. It's kind of in the merchant and entertainment districts. Very, very busy. A lot of people moving around. Can I get a perception check from the party?
Got it.
I think this is the first time that I'm not rolling at disadvantage on a character in a while.
You said perception?
Huh, an actual decent perception.
Where
Eh.
is my perception?
Yeah, actually,
Very
roll with
vividly.
advantage. My
Thought I
bad.
was just dealing with there being a bunch of people around him.
No, come on, sheet. Fucking cooperate with me. My whole screen decided to go black.
You want me to roll again? CC accidentally rolled with advantage.
You're fine. I just take the first one.
Okay.
They got 24.
Yep.
Everybody but Donnie is going to notice something. As y'all get closer and closer, everybody seems to be talking about a fight. One fight in particular that happened in the last week at least. You're not sure of the exact date based on what's going around because nobody's saying the exact date. But it's definitely a recent combat that happened in the arena where two very talented gladiators went after each other. There's a lot of hype built up around this. Even though it's already done, the betting's already done, people are still talking about it.
Lilith's gonna see if she can get the name of the fighters.
Roll me actually, you wouldn't even need to. They're really open about this right now.
Of course, we'll try to
The
find out,
fighters
too.
that were involved, it was a 4v1. The Unyielding Reaper versus the Dawnblade and his team.
Oh. Hmm.
New Living River and then Downplay. Okay.
Familiar.
Above table, was that Sophie's old gladiatorial name?
No.
No,
Sophie
that's
just
No.
went
the
by
team.
Sophie.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, that's the Waking Dawn.
Yeah, that's the Waking Dawn.
It might be possible they're related. Interesting to find out.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. But let's go over there and see.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
But as y'all are coming back in, there is a lot of people in this area. But what people are mostly congregated once you get out to the edge, there seems to be a viewing room where a lot of people are kind of gathered in a square outside of the Colosseum, and there's an orb at the center, almost attached to a fountain, that's pushing up an image of what you guess are gladiatorial fights, and you're just coming in for the end of one, where you see a group going after a solo fighter. Nicholas,
Mm-hmm.
your blood runs cold. Because you see a very familiar face being put on the ropes. You see Sophie is taking on multiple challengers at once. and the enemy
Mm.
team is moving as a well-oiled unit.
Gotcha. Oh, who's the other team? I'm looking at her and then looking at them.
You see the main opponent, who is up in her face, is just a simple man
Mm-hmm.
with a sword. You see, Sophie has all 4 of her blades out, and she is still getting pressured, getting pushed back and back and back. This
Okay.
single fighter doesn't seem too stand outish. Kind of short cropped black hair, pretty normal clothes, not really wearing any armor. But his blade work is flawless. He's not letting Sophie in, despite him only having 1 blade. You see his compatriots are covering Sophie, not letting her really get into a good rhythm. You see what looks kind of like a werewolf, a lion, and a teen.
What's the last one?
A teenager. He
Oh,
looks
okay.
kind of a little elfy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay. um, back at the other city, Nicholas heard a description from either it was the tavern owner or somebody who had described a young person who had joined the group we are chasing, right? In the very beginning. Does that description match the young person?
You're having trouble getting a good line on him specifically. He's smaller in size and stature. You can see this kind of frosty white hair, but he is using a pair of daggers to dart in and out. He is fast. He's
Okay.
in this kind of quality. He's a little more than a blur most of the time, dodging in and out, trying to take shots. But the larger two, the werewolf looking guy and the lion looking guy, they are much slower, and you're getting much better look at them. And you actually recognize one of them based on a description you got from Sophie herself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know this to be Draven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looks like she's getting a rematch.
That's the walking wake.
Yep, and she's getting a rematch right now, huh? He's gonna eye them up.
As they are missing 2 members of their party. You do not see one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, and
Yep.
we are back as these 4 are pressing Sophie further and further back until there's a sudden change in momentum where the one you know to be Draven steps out and Lilith punishes it, taking him down. The the Leonin steps in to try to cover for him before falling as well, and soon it is only the leader versus her, and she is pushing and pushing and pushing, almost getting him to the edge of the building when you'll notice something. There's a smile on his face. Where Sophie pushes and pushes and pushes, suddenly the fight is over. A flash, and you see Sophie's blade flying. His blade at her throat. And the battle is over.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout all of this, you've seen the others. You've now seen all the members of what you believe to be the Walking Wake. But after hunting them for so long, Lilith, for you, that's not what bothers you. There's something at the back of your mind that seems off. Seems familiar. And as you're watching, you realize it's just a voice almost in the back of your head. He cut his hair.
Oh, fuck. You would do this to me, Cece.
But the more you watch them
Lil,
fight, the more you recognize the movements, knowing, at least to a degree, what is going to come next. You recognize the trap that is being set. And you know before it happens that Sophie has lost.
is there somewhere? Where is where these guys would leave to leave the arena? Is that somewhere I can get to?
This is a recording from the session that's long since happened.
Oh,
It's not an active fight.
okay. Lilith is going to start asking. Is going to start asking around where, if the people in the recording are anywhere near, like any of them.
Roll me in persuasion.
I am using a hero point to gain advantage. Um. Okay, where's my persuasion advantage?
You are told that nobody really knows what happened to the Dawnblade after this fight. He was there a little while. There was said to be a conversation between him and the Reaper, and then it is believed he took a job somewhere in the area and hasn't returned.
And anything of Sophie?
Oh yeah, she's still here. She hasn't stopped fighting since that happened. If you walk in, she's probably fighting somebody at the moment. If you mean the
Okay.
Reaper, which is how they
Yes.
refer to him as.
Yes. She's asking about the Reaper. Okay. Lilith is going to um Lilith is going to thank the people for their time, and she's going to she's basically trying to get as close as she can. She needs to talk to Sophie. The rest of the party has not seen Lilith look like this before.
Mhm.
Every time every time we like walk past the recordings, you see her eyes are just instantly on the leader.
While that's happening, or before that even happens, Nicholas would be looking at the recording, sort of studying like the different moves that the members are making, sort of like, I don't know how to describe it, sort of like, how
Studying
a
their
team
fighting
sort of,
style.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and try to retain some of that information. But then also notice that Lilith is acting slightly erratic, and go up to her and put a hand on her
Oh,
shoulder
she
and say,
fucked off.
"Oh, okay,
You need to go
alrighty, well
catch her
then."
if you're trying to do that, because you see her going.
Well, yeah, okay. Then I'll probably turn around and go like, "Oh shit," and then try to find her.
Oh, you can see her.
What's
She's not
Nick?
being subtle.
Yeah,
Okay.
what's Nicholas's speed at the moment?
And 30 plus a dash, it is a bonus action. So 60, I guess. If he's trying
You
to
wouldn't
Okay,
find
be
me
you
able to
could.
quick.
dash in this crowd.
Okay, then 30. Or difficult terrain, 15,
No,
I
you just be
guess.
moving your normal speed.
Okay, 30.
You can't catch me.
Daito
Too
would probably be running after you as well, but since there's so many people around, would it be a faux pas to use my boots to fly above the crowd, keep up with Lilith?
You know, in cities like this, it is legal to use flight powers or equipment without a license.
Yeah, so I should
One that he
probably.
does not have for this city.
And I probably shouldn't even bother to try to get one because there's a good chance Daito's wanted in most cities because he steals a lot of shit.
Fair enough.
So
Well, I mean, have you gotten caught stealing is the question.
So far, only once, and that's
So you
how
should be
the
fine.
uh, another time I'll go get my license. But so Daito is just like kind of trying to weave in it past the crowd.
What's your movement speed?
It's also 30.
You're also not able to keep up.
Yeah, so you guys weren't able to keep up with base movement in the first place, and then I took the mobile feat.
Yeah,
I have a
Yum!
45.
remind me to take the mobile food as soon as I hit level 6.
You still wouldn't be able to catch me.
Why? What is your speed at pace?
45.
I just said that.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm a
Because I have a
dampier. My
bonus
base,
sword, right?
yeah, my base was 35 as a dampier, and then plus 10 because of mobile.
And I'm not gonna waste spell points on using Connect Shot.
No, honestly, put it this way: you can't keep up
I like
with
combat.
me, but
Yeah.
eventually you're going to be able to realize that I'm trying to find Sophie.
Well, I don't.
Well,
Well, I would have
okay.
realized that because I've never
No,
seen
okay.
Sophie before.
Fair. So you're gonna realize that she's asking about all of them. She seems focused on the leader as well as the Reaper.
The Dawn Blade and the Unyielding Reaper.
Mhm.
Daito will look at Nicholas. Any ideas as to why Lilith is so fixated on this person here and on the screens?
Well, I don't know because I haven't reached her yet, but I assume that that it has to do with Sophie might be in town, so probably trying to find her.
Daito looks at the screen. Wait, which one is Sophie?
Uh, the one who's facing the group.
Presumably the
Oh.
only girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
The other four. Well, the teen might be a girl, so it might be that one, but it's either that or the very obvious girl.
Yeah.
She does have
Do you?
4 arms, so it's something that stands out.
Mm-hmm.
So that is Sophie, the one who made you look foolish in two kinds of arenas.
I suppose, yeah. No, that's true. Very true.
Well, we should probably try to keep up with Lilith.
Danu, what are you
Yeah,
doing in
well,
this crowd, by the way?
Like, uh, I mean, considering the fact that, what is it? Uh, oh, I was gonna call them Nimmy. Lilith, flew off. Uh, what is it? Uh, I think she is, going to try at least see, like, in which direction she's heading.
Towards the gladiatorial arena.
Okay, she's just going into, like, the exact middle.
No, she's going into the building itself. Y'all are outside.
Huh, well, I mean, at
Like the
least we know
area,
where she's headed.
not into the arena where you fight, but
Uh,
into the building in which it's housed in.
right,
Like
right.
under
The
the
actual,
stairs.
like, Coliseum, like, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she mention if she wanted to partake in the little battle that they're putting
yeah.
on, or
Well, yeah. That was a way of making money, but well, Sophie's in town, so probably that's part of the reason. But I'm not looking forward to getting in a ring again, for obvious reasons.
well, seems as if things are rather urgent. I suppose we should just follow her.
Yeah. Yeah. See if we can even catch her. She has to stop eventually.
I mean, we can assume we know where she's heading towards at least.
Yep. Nicholas is going to run into the building and make just perception, making sure Dro is right behind him, by the way, at the same time.
You'll have Dro, Jenny, Valithra, and Luke all remain behind at the end, having things that
Okay.
they needed to do.
Okay, then just he's focusing on perception then, just looking around.
But you do have the best boy. He's with you.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't take long
So, snip her out.
before you find Lilith talking with what looks like a it's not stationary, a worker here at the Coliseum. Lilith, what are you saying to this person?
I am specifically asking about the Reaper, and if they are free to speak, or if you said it was the Dawnbringer,
Dawnblade.
Dawnblade, if either one of those two are free to speak.
Unfortunately, the Dawnblade is no longer in town. The Reaper, however, is, but you will need to convince her to leave the arena. After her loss against the Dawnblade, she has not stopped. Something about being driven to challenge. It
Would you
seems
tell her that
she is finding our fighters wanting.
Would you tell her that Lilith's here and has a proposal on how to get her real challenge?
If you would like to enter the arena and tell her yourself, you are more than welcome. She has beat the snot out of everyone else that has come in there.
That's fine with me. I just need her to listen.
Well, I make no promises on that. She will likely attack you, so be ready.
I've
Would
been
you
looking
like
for a
to
rematch
sign
for
up for a match?
Yes.
And will
Me
you
and my
be
team.
And who is in your team?
Lilith is going to unapologetically sign up herself, Nicholas, Daito, Danu, Valithra.
You also know
And
Valithra is not currently here, so you would need to go get her.
Oh, yeah, I will go get her. But yes, I am signing. We're not going in there without a fucking healer. And Eris, if I can find her.
You remember, Eris isn't the best fighter. You also have Jenny.
Oh yeah, Jenny instead of Eris.
Because Eris usually replaces Luke, but Eris is not a good fighter. You could bring Jack if you
Fair.
want, though.
I'll grab Jack.
You'll have 4 fighters, that brings in 3 extras, and you got Dro.
Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna sign up those that would make sense in a fight.
You are informed that there is a specialty match fight going on in 2 hours' time. All
Okay.
flight-based spells and items have been banned.
All flight.
Yes.
Okay. Noted. Lilith will sign them up, and then is going to go
Right about this time,
hunt down.
Nicholas is running up behind you. With
Oh,
Daito and Dono and Dro in tow.
There you are. Lilith, ooh. Oh.
We need to go grab Ginny, Jack, and Valithra.
Why's that?
Because we have a fight in about 2 hours. Come on, I'll explain on the way. And
No.
grab.
Did you sign me up without asking? Oh.
It's important. Come on.
Nicholas turns 5 shades whiter and then follows behind quietly.
As we get further away after signing up, Lilith is going to go.
We need to talk to. We need Sophie on our side. As she's gonna is gonna be helpful in hunting down the Walking Wake.
Oh,
Which,
go ahead. Sorry.
just more so as Ginny's gonna, or not Ginny, Sophie's gonna want to hunt them down just as much as we do at this point.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if her intentions are simply just to spar, or actually, like, she's willing to go the extra step to, like, we don't have to kill them, do we? We just have to take what they have, right?
Correct.
Nicholas, look at where
Okay.
you are.
I'm saying this quietly. Hold on a second.
You're standing shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Oops.
There's a
Yeah.
guy that just kind of looks over you all of a sudden and goes, "Ooh, I don't want to be standing next to you."
Daito.
Yeah. Lilith is going to grab Nicholas by the ear and just go, I have told you multiple times that that's not how we do things. Come on.
Ew.
Daito
Yep.
elbows Nicholas in the spine. You know, you should be more tight-lipped than that.
And now Daito has his ear as well. As they're both getting dragged out of here before they say anything else.
Zoro looks at Danu just like, "You're not gonna say anything, are you?" Danu?
Oh. Sorry, I just got back. Hey.
Zoro's looking up at you going, "You're not gonna say anything, are you?"
No, I don't think I will.
He nods and follows, Lilith dragging Nicholas and Daito to hell.
Mm-hmm. We are going to go get Valithra and Jenny.
You find Jenny is sitting around a group of teenagers that look drugged out of their goddamn gourds.
Oh, great! It's spreading.
She's taking notes.
Jenny. Jenny.
Yeah? Oh, I know that lot. You have something fun to do, don't you?
Gladiatorial fight in less than 2 hours at this point. We just need to go get our healer.
There's a grin from Jenny. She looks excited. You
Oh,
get the
do
distinct
note,
feeling she's going to drug the hell out of somebody.
probably. Do note that all flying spells and items have been banned.
I can work with that.
Okay.
As she rushes off to get her gear.
Yep. And then now looking for Jack and Valithra.
Jack and Valithra are sitting next to the fire. Valithra is knitting. Jack is just sitting in the one of the armchairs.
Is there anyone nearby that could overhear us?
You're in the tavern, so it's always a risk.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to look at both of them and just kind of give the, hey, we need to talk privately.
It takes a few minutes, but they do rise.
And once we get back into my room, I'm going to let Valithra know that we are signed up with a fight on someone who has just recently fought the Walking Wake.
Interesting. And who, pray tell, is that?
Sophie.
Ah. You see her gaze flicker over to Nicholas.
Nicholas shakes his head.
Well, this should be interesting, should it not?
Agreed.
You'll need to be careful, Nicholas.
Yeah,
We don't
I'm
want
aware.
you falling too terribly early. I know some men have that problem, but I don't think Sophie will forgive you for it.
Well, I was the last one down. But yeah, I did lose.
You were the last one down because you thought I was the healer.
No, I didn't know. Okay. Anyways.
Lilith is still slightly salty.
Uh, Alrighty, I guess we're off then.
Is there anything you need to do before we begin? Jack and I can meet you at the arena.
Looks at the party. Anything you guys need to do?
Nope. I think
Particularly.
I'm ready.
If we could find Eris real fast. They were said to. The Walking Wake apparently took a job. She might be able to figure out what job they took.
Yeah.
Unlikely you'll be able to find her before tonight.
It's fair. I am going to leave a note in the room on the off chance that Eris gets here first, just saying, "Hey, just a quick, um, just asking if she could look into the Dawnblade, what mission he went on."
Hmm.
Okay.
This might be a stupid question to the DM, but did did Nicholas see if there were any like people coming into the rooms to clean up while we were gone, or
Not while you were
was there a
gone, the
service?
room. You've been here like an hour or two.
Oh, okay. No, in general, just
Oh
like,
yeah,
is
there's
there
definitely
people?
cleaning stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. I guess we better get going then.
Is there anything else you would like to do before you arrive at the arena, ready to fight?
Nicholas practices some breathing exercises.
What was banned from the arena again? I believe I
Flight.
heard flight and
Flight spells and items. So there's just no flying.
items, as in like potions and shit, right?
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not like
Magic items,
okay,
potions,
okay,
If it can
wings.
make you fly, if it can make you fly, it's not allowed.
okay. But I mean, wep- weapons. I'm assuming are allowed.
Yeah,
That
go
doesn't
ahead.
count
Go
as
beat
an
the
item.
shit out of people. Unless you have an item
What
that
about
makes you fly.
Okay.
what about
So the winged
poisons?
boots are not allowed.
What about poisons?
I don't care about that. They just said no no flying items. So it doesn't take long before y'all find yourselves once again in the waiting room. Just moments for your big fight. Since your re-arrival at the gladiatorial arena, you've seen Sophie has been fighting all day, and she looks faster and meaner than she did last you saw her. About 20 minutes before y'all's fight, the combats are called as they are setting up the arena for the next fight. And each of y'all are in your team is together, and then Sophie's in another waiting room somewhere, getting ready for the next fight. Is there anything you would like to do while y'all wait?
Lilith is going to remind people not to touch Sophie's sword
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh
let
yeah.
Daito know for the first time. Well, okay. Remind Nicholas, tell everyone else.
You don't need to remind Nicholas. But
That being
yes.
said, looked at um Captain Jack. You should probably be fine. It just does necrotic.
There's a nod from him. But is there any other planning the party would like to do?
Me and Jack in the front, Valitha in the Belithra and Nicholas in the middle and Daito towards the back?
Why would Daito be to the back? Daito's a frontliner.
Are you a frontliner?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
fighter.
Okay.
I mean, he's not a fighter, but he's a kind of
I
fighter.
was gonna say he's a wizard.
I'm a I'm a melee wizard. I have Blade Singer. My AC once I'm all started up is 19.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess Danu in the back. Unless Danu's up front too. Are we
Uh,
frontline heavy?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am gonna turn into some sort of animal and then just go in on people.
Okay, so Nicholas, protect Velithra.
Yeah, that she's gonna protect me probably, but I'll do my best. I'll
I
help
was
you
trying
guys.
to be. I was trying to be nice.
Oh, Nicholas sort of looks down at the ground. Yep. Thank you.
Daito will mention
Oh, go ahead.
it sounds like from your last fight you did not properly capitalize on when your friend Edwin disarmed her. I can attempt to do the same, but this time not touch the sword like a fool.
I miss Edwin.
I mean, another part of the problem is that Nicholas's brother didn't get me back up when I went down.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
and the party wandering off without Velithra.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yep.
I am completely blaming on the rest of the Lilith is can only blame Nicholas at this point because everyone else is gone.
Pretty much.
Everyone else is gone or dead.
Yep.
But soon
Edwin,
enough, you hear the ringing. The doors are opening, and it is time to head out onto the field. Oh, go ahead.
just saying now, I would have cast mage armor on myself before
That's fine.
on our way towards the arena.
As y'all are heading in, y'all see that the arena is filled with what looks like some kind of structure, and you can hear cheering all around. Welcome, welcome to this week's game of King of the Hill. King of the Hill. Excuse me. And that is where we're going to end it. I would like to thank everybody for joining us this week. It is going to be quite the throwdown next week. I am really looking forward to it. I hope to see all of y'all there. Y'all have a nice night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.